You happy with that, Bill?
That's excellent.
Yeah. So.
And Jasmine have been a very important part of that, and been lots of support in my business all the way through. So.
Introduce Shane as well.
And also Shane is going to come up and introduce him too. Thanks, Shane.
Okay, so for
music, yay, woo!
At Workforce, there are 6 books that we basically have as our gospel, our Bible, that we try to run both our business lives and our personal lives by. The women at Workforce, or the partners for all you guys, are currently getting involved and reading the books, and then on these kind of nights we're trying to put across some of the information within the books to everyone. The books are, as I'm sure everybody knows, 7 Habits, Magic of Thinking Big, His Needs, Her Needs, Richest Man in Babylon, Think and Grow Rich, and tonight, Janine, we've got, she's put a lot of time and effort into this presentation. Her turn tonight. And Janine is doing for us How to Win Friends and Influence People. So thank you, Janine.
Well done. Peter and Janine, come
up.
Yeah, have a word. I need music.
Yeah.
You really, do you know private music? What do you want? You want to say?
First of all, I'd actually like to congratulate and thank both Jeff and Kelly for not only what opportunities have been afforded all of us up to this stage, but what's on show right here and now, and you know, this sort of facility, if I could use that term loosely, for training is going to be an amazingly strong tool for all of us, and I think we're all going to be extremely appreciative of it, and I know I am. It's tremendous. Thank you very much.
No worries.
To both of you. Tonight's a good night because Janine gets to stand up and do a bit of public speaking. And you know, neither of us have jumped out of a plane yet, and Janine certainly hasn't experienced a lot of public speaking, so she's been looking forward to this, as you can imagine. And we've done quite a lot of reading along the way, and one of the most joyous things is the fact that as we go through this process, we learn so much as well. As Covey would say, when you're learning something in training, train it. And we've been training each other for a little while on some of these books, and it's good fun, and I would strongly recommend it to all of you to share the reading and share your thoughts with regards to what you are learning as you go through it. And I'm not here to take the podium up, but very briefly, you know, for those that don't know, I think I've been in the business now for 3 years. I think it's almost 3 years to the day, it's probably coming up. And Janine used to work out in the airport, and she used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and do all those sorts of things, and she did that as a necessity for us to build a dream, and it was her choice to do that here in Brisbane and allow me the opportunity to start to try and build a future for both of us. And I'm very, very fortunate because she's here every day of the week, and I'm spoiled with that. So I hope you enjoy what she's got to share with you. I've got her assumed position over here for the keyboard, and I hope I do it right for you and do you justice. I know you'll do well.
Yeah.
Do this more often. Okay, so one of the greatest assets we can have in both our business and our personal lives is the ability to communicate effectively. This book is invaluable for those willing to take on board its wisdom. Dale Carnegie is the author of How to Win Friends and Influence People. Many years ago, Carnegie was a teacher of communication skills. His foundations, the Advancement of Technology and the Carnegie Institute of Technology, conducted investigations and found that 15% of a person's financial success was due to technical knowledge, but an astounding 85% was due to skills in human engineering, which are personality and the ability to lead people. This book wasn't just based on theory, but was based on life experiences that students who took Carnegie's courses conducted. They applied ideas to what really worked in more effective human relations. Okay, before I start, I just want to make sure that we don't misconstrue influencing people, title of the book, with manipulation. Okay, so in my opinion, trying to get someone to do something that will benefit only you, but be detrimental to the other person, would, to me, be manipulation. But looking at things from another person's perspective, arousing in them an eager want, and both parties gaining from the negotiation, isn't manipulation.
Well done.
It is in fact a win-win scenario, which is habit.
4. You're a legend. Good on you. Well done.
Habit 1. Okay, so the book's broken up into 4 parts. Fundamental techniques in handling people, which is part 1, is obviously where we'll start. And during this part, we're able to continually draw parallels between Covey's Habit 1 and the principles outlined by Dale Carnegie. Okay, we'll touch on a few of these, and I ask as we go through that you just keep an eye out for some other ones. Okay, the very first principle in this book is don't criticise, condemn, or complain, otherwise known as the 3 C's. Any fool can do this, and most fools do. Why are we fools for doing it? It does us no good. We can't accomplish anything by it. It takes character and self-control to understand and forgive. Okay, so up on the screen there we've got criticism, the disapproval expressed by pointing out faults or shortcomings, a serious examination and judgment of something. Condemn, declare or judge unfit, demonstrate the guilt of somebody in a court of law. Complain, express complaints, discontent, displeasure or unhappiness. Make a formal accusation, bring a formal charge. How does it make you feel when you've been criticised, when someone has sat in judgment on you? This can be interactive, guys, so if there's anything that, how does it make you feel? Okay.
Belittling?
Belittling? Sure.
Defensive.
Yeah.
Defensive is a good word.
Yeah.
It's demoralising. It really, really is. To condemn someone, a judge condemns someone to death. Okay, it's brutal, it's harsh. Criticism is futile. People become defensive, and in which case they try to justify themselves. Criticism is dangerous, it wounds a person's pride, it hurts his sense of importance, and it arouses resentment. This is clearly a lose-lose scenario. One of our greatest human needs is to feel important. We need to feel important and we crave to be appreciated. When was the last time that you helped someone to feel important? Anyone? Do you know? Do you even know the last time? Okay, something as simple as remembering someone's name or using their first name, it's a way of making them feel that way. Give them some importance. These lessons in life go way back in history, and history shows that people can change. We can change our paradigms. Abraham Lincoln is considered one of the greatest leaders of all time. He is, after all, on the American $5 note. Was he always this great? No. He learnt lessons over time, and over time he chose to respond differently to different situations. As a young man, he not only criticised people, but he wrote letters and poems ridiculing them. He would then drop those on public roads for all to see. After he became a practising lawyer, he would attack his opponents openly in letters he had published in newspapers. But he did this once too often. In 1842, he ridiculed and publicly humiliated a politician by the name of James Shields. Lincoln had an anonymous letter published that left the people of the town just laughing uncontrollably, and Shields boiling with indignation and resentment. He found out that Lincoln had written the letter and he challenged him to a duel. Now Lincoln was opposed to duelling, but to save his honour, he had no choice, he had to accept. At the very last minute, luckily, the duel was stopped. This, and I'm quoting, was the most lurid moment in Lincoln's history. He was taught an invaluable lesson in the art of dealing with people. Never again did he put pen to paper to criticise or insult. Never again did he ridicule. Relationships are the foundation of our very being. In relations on any or all levels, I think it's important to say there will be disagreements, and it's important to know that it's okay